Hi, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. This is the post-race press conference for round number 2 in Houston at Energy Stadium. Congratulations to Eli Tomac winning the 450 division, and a great ride from Dylan Ferrandis and Justin Brayton rounding out the podium. In the 250 division, Jet Lawrence gets the first win of his career, followed by Colt Nichols and Christian Craig. Congratulations, guys. Eli, I'm going to start with you. It was a crazy night. You obviously saw the crashes that happened in front of you, but once you got out front, did you have any awareness of the things that were going on behind you? There was chaos, there was battles. I don't know if you could hear the crowd or not, but there was a lot going on that entire main event. Were you aware, or were you kind of checked out in your own world?
Mostly in my own world. I mean, I was aware of the guys behind me, the stuff up front. I mean, it was wild to see two crashes in the same spot, right? I mean, that sand, there was almost like a little rut or edge that kind of was coming up out of the sand. It must have been hiding under there, and I think it bit both of those, Chase and Adam, that way. So yeah, that was a gift that way. But after that, it was trying to maintenance and maintain. Did what I could. Zach was coming in strong too, and then I was kind of pacing myself, up until halfway, and then I tried to go harder, after that. I'm like, I got to get going. He's catching me, and then he made a mistake too. So it was one of those nights, and that many laps. Dylan was coming on strong too, but clean air was huge tonight that way.
And a question for you, Jet. That everybody's been really hyping you up, obviously, just your personality and the way you ride the bike. Have you been feeling any of that at all before tonight? I mean, I know you like to keep things kind of loose, but have you felt any of that pressure, just knowing that the industry's been kind of hyping you up and kind of waiting for this moment? Have you felt that at all before tonight?
No, I've kind of tried to keep away from that, because obviously it can blow your head up pretty big, and obviously when you don't do what they expect you to do, it kind of can mess with your mental a bit. But no, I've known I kind of had it in me for a while, but it's just like they say, it's just, when is it going to happen? When is the night going to all click together and that stuff? And yeah, tonight was just that night.
Congratulations, guys, on your wins. Open it up to the media now. I'm going to start with David Iser, DMXS Radio. Jason Wygant, you'll be right after him.
All right. Thanks, Daniel. Justin Brayton, congratulations on being back on the box. That's incredible, representing the old guys. You know how much that means to me. You bounced a bike off your chest today somehow. You fall off Ken Rocks and Cooper Webb, got back on the podium. What's this night mean to you at 37, 38 years old?
I'm not 37 yet. I'm only 36. So I'll be 37 in March. But yeah, these are hard to come by. These are so hard to come by. I don't care who you are, a 450 podium in this field. I'm sure nobody expected me to do this, especially at round 2. And even do what I did at round 1. I think it surprised a lot of people. But for me, this new Honda is awesome. Being with some familiar faces, with Yuri Konsky from Australia. I've been a part of that team now for 4+ years, and it's just fun. It's fun. We're a smaller team with big effort, and it's rewarding to get it done. And yeah, it's, like I said, man, it's hard to come by, and we're definitely going to enjoy it.
And you flicked Freezy's bike away. Don't think that we didn't see you be a superhero tonight too. That
was bad. It bent my crossbar really bad. So thankfully it didn't hit my hands or anything. I mean, that would have been recipe for a broken hand. But yeah, that was crazy. A bike flipping right into you across the track it's not a good sight.
All right. Well, congrats, brother. Jet, my next question is to you.
Thank you.
I've heard of a heel clicker, a one-hander, fist pump, all these things. What was that? What was that called when you did after your heat race run? What do you call that?
That move's called the I don't know what to do move. I didn't know. It didn't really click in. I won the heat race until I hit the jump, and I looked at the crowd and I'm like, what do I do? I don't feel like I should fist pump because it's a heat race. So I just did this bar hump. So let's just go with that for right now.
The Jet bar hump. All right, congratulations, guys. On to the next media. Thanks, Daniel.
Thank you.
Jason Wygant.
Yeah, thanks, Jason from RacerX. Eli, I'll go to you. Were you worried at all? You were pretty good in practice today, but you weren't top of the board. And obviously, I'm sure round one was a disappointment. Were you worried at all, or did you feel like everything was under control if you got things just rolling your way and let it come to you?
I was stressing out, to be honest. I was stressing out. I mean, 16 points is horrible after round one, right? Like that's a terrible hole to be in. So I was pulling my hair. I was kind of pulling my hair all day, even in practice. I was still a little bit behind. I practiced better at round one, but then obviously we had different results in the races. But yeah, be straight up, I was pulling my hair, and man, that was so huge for us, and the start was so huge for us that time. So yeah, we needed that.
All right, and obviously I will ask the question of JB10 taking third. Take me through the mistake in the whoops. You hardly ever have problems on the whoops, and then how you were able to recover, because Ken and Webb were all over you, but they didn't get you. So just take me through that final half of the race.
Yeah, that was a huge mistake. But it was my strong point all night, and I wanted that to continue. And most guys were kind of just going down through the middle rut, and I was like, I want to figure out a different way to not do that, because you just kind of labor through the middle, and it was easy and somewhat fast. But I knew if I could go down the left side or middle left and really attack them, I thought I could make up some time, because the rest of the track was difficult to make up time. So I wanted to kind of pick my spot there, and I just caught an edge, and I swapped. I'm sure the finish line flagger was probably a little nervous, and I was left and right, and then yeah. But I didn't really know who was behind me. I knew there was several guys there, and I would kind of gap them, and they would close in on me. And the biggest thing that changed my race was when I started tripling from the inside out of the sand. That's what really, because Dylan passed me there. And once I started doing that, I think I was able to manage Ken and Coop behind me. So, but yeah, thankfully I didn't go down in the whoops. That was a big moment.
All right, congrats. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Alex Gobert.
Thanks, Daniel. Yeah, Alex Gobert, MotoOnline.com. I'll start with JB. How much different is, your, I guess, mindset this season, being on the team that you're so familiar with? Last year, you were teammates with Kenny at the factory team, whereas this year it's all on you in terms of the 450 results. So how's that for you? And tell us a bit about the reaction once you got off the bike.
Yeah, it was amazing being at Honda. That's a lifelong dream, as it is for a lot of people. And going to the team, I didn't really know Kenny that well and didn't know how we would get along. We ended up, he was one of my best buddies now, and really struck up a great friendship. But yeah, I don't know. I think my starts really struggled last year. I think that was a huge part of it. I don't have the blazing speed to come from 12th to 3rd. Or 12th to win a race, so I really need to get good starts, execute the race, have my strengths really play towards the whole main event. And I didn't have that many of those last year. I came out firing at the first race with a heat win at Anaheim 1, and then it was just kind of okay. And then broke my hand at Daytona, and then with Salt Lake, I don't know, I just never quite jived with, I guess, running that pace up front. It seemed like I was just off just a few tenths all the time. And this year, I spent a lot of time in North Carolina preparing, and then I went to California for a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks ago, and did my kind of final prep with Ken, and that really helped my speed. I was off of him almost a second when I first got to California, and then by the time we flew to the race, it was nice because I had closed that gap, and he's one of the fastest guys on the planet. So to be able to have a friendship like we have, and also for us to ride together quite a bit was really cool. I've learned a ton from him. So, but yeah, I don't know. And this 2021 Honda 450 is amazing. It's a really good bike. So I think a combination of all that, and here we are.
Yeah, awesome. Well done. And second question, just for Jet, congratulations. Obviously, huge support from Australia, really popular all over the world now. But yeah, can you believe that you're a winner in Supercross? And where to from here? Obviously, more wins is the goal. Can you challenge for the title?
Yeah, it's definitely good to get this first win out, and it's I think I'm third in the championship now, which is good from going from sixth in the first round, and I think I'm 4 points off. I think I was, or something that I heard. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, no, it's really good to get this first win out of the way, because now obviously they always say the first win's the hardest one to get, and now the rest are definitely not as easy, but they're definitely going to be not as hard as that first one. Not much of a long wait, but no, it's really cool. This one was special because obviously A2 was 366 days ago, so it was really cool to kind of do it around the same time as there, and no, it was definitely meant a lot.
Yeah, cool. No, it was great to see. Well done.
Thanks,
Cheers.
Alex. Steve Giberson, Battle MX.
Thanks. Eli, it's gotten to be fairly cliche to say, man, this field's so deep, and, but right now we've got a whole lot of healthy guys. And is it possible that we could see huge turnover from week to week on results? I mean, it was great to see you get the win tonight. And it's quite a bit different from the result on Saturday. So what's it going to be like this season?
Yeah, that is the truth. I mean, it's said every single year that way, but it's going to be hard to come through the field this year. Really hard, especially if we, keep all the guys in there. It's tough. It's tough. I don't know. It's like it's everyone's getting a little bit faster, and everyone's getting a little bit closer to each other. If you just look at the times in practice, how close the 10th is, right? Like everyone's on the same second, right? You look down the list, it's like 12 guys that are in the same second. In the past, there would maybe be 2 or 3 guys that really are have the next level. So, as we saw tonight, a whole different podium. So yeah, that could easily be the case this season.
Okay. And JB, seeing Yariv, your team owner at the podium, and man, he's walking around, he's got tears in his eyes. This result meant a ton to him. Can you talk about that a little bit? To see him, I know coming over from Australia to race here, that it's a huge deal.
It is. It's massive, and Yariv and I have worked together now. I've rode for him for 4 years in Australia, and we just really hit it off. I love how passionate he is, and it's motivating for me. It really is, to do it for a guy like that puts his own money in the team, and then now he's over here ultimately living his dream, having a Supercross team at a high level. So to get a podium, I mean, in our second race together, it's unheard of, really, like a privateer team, and we obviously get a lot of help from Honda, but it's really cool. We've talked about it for a long time. Every time I'm in Australia, like, man, we got to do a team together at some point in America, and here we are. Who would have thought that he'd have a podium to his credit the second race in. So it means a lot to me to get him that, and we've become really good friends, and I got a huge part in this team, with a lot of time invested, and a lot of hours of phone calls and stuff behind the scenes. So I love being a part of it like that way, and he allows me to be, really hands-on, and he's a racer, so it's cool. It's really cool. I love seeing tears in his eyes, man. These things, like I said earlier, they're so hard to come by, and to do it is pretty cool, especially at my age, like that's nobody would have thought, probably thought I was getting, that's the most common question I get is, when are you done? So yeah, super cool that we're racing together and doing as well as we are so far.
Thanks.
Michael Antonovich.
Hey guys, Michael Antonovich with Swap Moto Live. First question is for Eli. You said that you were pushing the pace there at the halfway point of the moto, and that was pretty true because we could see your bike starting to smoke and everything like that. How much has the pace changed when you knew that you were going to do 29 laps tonight? Was that something that you guys had in mind?
All I know is like the opening laps were crazy fast. Chase was going really fast. Adam was going really fast. I'm just like, this is going to be insane for 29 laps, you know, and they both made mistakes, but that pace was pretty wild early on. And then in the middle, it was kind of like trying to manage Zach, and then Zach, he was creeping a couple of tenths a lap on me, and I couldn't really figure out where I was losing the time. And then I got to say 4 or 5 minutes, or I shouldn't have said halfway. I should have said like 5 minutes left. I'm like, all right, I have to go now. And I pushed a little bit harder, and that's what really got me through, you know, to the end.
Cool. Thank you. Second question is for Colt Nichols. Colt, these 2 races have been good, but you haven't had quite as much hype as other guys have, Jet, Christian, Austin, but you're in the mix right now. And tonight when you were behind Christian, you obviously had the pace to go forward. How do you feel right now after these 2 races, especially because you've been in the championship contention before in the past?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm sitting pretty good. I mean, I don't know exactly where I'm at in points, to be honest with you, but yeah, I mean, I'm happy 3-2, and yeah, I knew I wasn't going to have as much hype as, you know, a lot of these guys coming into the series. It's just, I don't know, for whatever reason, just don't, and I'm fine with that. I just want to go out and try to perform as well as I can, but yeah, overall, at the beginning of the main was just not good. I definitely struggled a little bit at the beginning, and then kind of started to get going a little bit and was able to get by Christian there at the end, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm in a good spot. I'm happy with where I am. We're kind of stacking good points, and I'm just trying to get through these first, 2 weeks pretty good. And after that, we'll kind of figure things out. But yeah, I feel like I'm in a good spot, and I've been here before. So just tried to learn from what I did in 19 and try to be a little better. And that's what we're trying to do. So hopefully we can go for a win Saturday and see where we are after that.
Cool. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Dark Side, MotoX Pod.
What's up, guys? Apologize for any background noise, but Jet, first one's for you. While trying to get a look at the bikes in the pits and you guys rolling by, I noticed what looked like maybe a sensor or some lights on a thing. Are you guys running any kind of traction control, or is anything new you're testing on the rear?
That's still that's under the radar, That's some HRC stuff that we didn't really get at Geico. So no, I got no idea. No, you're asking the wrong guy for the testing part. I just go and ride the bike. I
okay.
Ain't much. All I gotta know is that it has 2 wheels and they're a circle, and that's all I gotta know.
Fair enough. All right, hey Dylan, the other one's for you. Man, impressive ride. First of all, it looked like about halfway through or so you just started making this charge. Was there somewhere you were picking up time, or was that I didn't look at lap times. Was that pretty consistent the whole night? Just all of a sudden you were there and you were coming.
I don't know. I didn't look either the lap time or the pit board. I was just cruising and trying to catch the guy in front of me. And at the end, I finished P2. That was just unbelievable. No, I did nothing really crazy. I just tried to avoid any mistake, do my lap, and that's all.
Dan Beaver, NBC Sports.
For Christian, last week's win was obviously dramatic, but how important, or is it more important for you to get the podium 2 weeks in a row? Can you compare and contrast your feelings over these 2 races?
Yeah, Saturday was a pretty big deal for me. A lot of weight lifted off my shoulders, so it was a quick turnaround to go race on Tuesday again. But it was a good day overall. I showed some good speed, fastest qualifier. Didn't ride the best in the heat and the main, but salvaged what I could. I had to manage a couple things towards the middle to the end of that race, and yeah, I didn't get to put on really a good charge towards the end, but still in a good position and leading this thing, and I'm in it for the long haul.
And giving up the second position very late, was that making sure that you didn't make any mistake, or Colt just caught you?
No, I like I said, I was managing something, and he was riding good towards the end, and I made a few mistakes. I misjudged a couple sections, and he got by. But yeah, those are some valuable points I shouldn't have gave up. I had to pass him early on in the race, and was unable to hold him off. He rode good at the end, and props to him.
Steve Mathis, Pulp Mex.
Hey guys, Steve Mathis here from Pulp Mex. Eli, question for you, and then a question for Brayton as well. First up, Eli, any changes to the bike from round 1 to 2 for you, and what did you change, and how did it help?
Yeah, I made a fork change between round 1 and 2, and that was it. Really, just fork change, and trying to figure out some things why I rode so poorly and really just terrible at round 1. So got some comfort back, and that was it. That was it. Just looking for that whole moto comfort.
Will you ride this week?
That's weather dependent.
Okay.
Yeah, and finding the right spot to ride. So yeah, we're just watching the weather.
All right. JB, I could ask any of you guys. I just picked JB because he's old and he's probably the most knowledgeable about this. How do you feel about these first 2 rounds, Brayton, compared to Salt Lake City as far as atmosphere, racing, all of that? We have some fans here in Houston, but not that many. How is it compared to Salt Lake?
Yeah, definitely more of a Supercross vibe than Salt Lake, for sure. Salt Lake was, a lot of the mask stuff was new. It was like an eerie feeling because it was an outdoor stadium with no fans. Where here, we're in a dome. There's fans. You can hear people cheering. Like when Christian was on the podium on Saturday, it sounded like there was a lot of people in the stands, cheering for him and stuff. And so, yeah, this definitely feels more normal, but not even close to, what it was. But now we have opening ceremonies. So, yeah, you get the nerves going and the jitters going. And, in Salt Lake, we were sitting on the starting line. I mean, you could hear the guy 10 gates down. You could hear a conversation they were having, so it was a little bit strange for sure. So this is definitely more normal. And I think the dome helps as well, just having a racing inside a stadium.
Do you miss the media being around?
I miss Weege, yeah. Yeah, I miss Weege.
Thank you.
Thanks, Steve. Jani Hovey, and where are you? You're coming from Finland?
Yes, hi guys. Jani Hovey from X Racing Finland. Hey, I have a question for Christian Craig. At the first part of the race, you seem to be charging, but at the end, you seem to kind of get a little bit slower. Talk us through of your race.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it. I was managing a situation with the bike. I felt good to the midway point, and then felt like I needed to calm down a little bit and kind of ride it out. But yeah, I need to be better on those opening laps and make quicker passes, and then obviously just push it all the way to the end. So yeah, I wasn't getting tired or anything. It was just managing a situation.
Thanks. And then to Justin Brayton, you guys rode 29 laps today. How did the track change during the main?
It changed a ton. The first race here in Houston on Saturday, I saw them prepping they prep pretty much every corner. So the beginning of the race is just a full sprint. The first 10 laps is so fast, so that's why a good start is so critical. But by the end of the race, it's completely hammered. I mean, the turns, there's 4, 5, 6 ruts in each turn that are super choppy. And so, yeah, it definitely gets really chewed up. The dirt here in Houston is actually really good. It's nice and soft, so it makes the track go away even more. But it just makes those, the initial laps so much more crucial, especially when they prep it. But if they didn't prep it, it would be slot car racing, and the racing would probably be not very good, So, it goes away that many laps. I don't know exactly how many laps we did. I don't know if it's 29 or 30 or how many, but it's a lot of laps. When you see lap times in the low 40s, it's like it's going to be a lot of laps. So,
thanks, guys.
Matt Williamson.
Sorry about that. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay. Matt Williamson, MXP Magazine out of Canada. First question would be for Christian Craig. Obviously, you're on a new team this year, new beginnings. Same Christian? My question there is, like, you seem really, really focused, and just the speed has been amazing and stuff like that. So just talk us through the changes.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of said it after the win on Saturday. It's just I was a little comfortable with my situation at Geico, which is a good thing, but a little too comfortable in a way too. I kind of needed a little bit of a change, and that's what I did. You know, I'm on the Yamaha now, and I think the biggest thing is the program that we have, how we all ride together. I think that kind of brings out the best in us. Like when me and Colt were battling, it just felt like a normal Tuesday, normal Tuesday at Yamaha track. And you know, that's kind of what we go for, which is pretty cool. So I'd say that's the biggest change.
Awesome. Next question is for JB. Posted on my story, I guess my personal account, and also on the magazine, just you up on the podium and everything. And I'm from the Midwest, and a lot of the people that follow myself and even MXP are from the northern part of the U.S. How big does this podium mean to you, and to show for your fans, you know, all the hard work you're putting in?
Yeah, I think it's awesome, you know, to do it on this team, to do it at my age, you know, to keep plugging away, to keep working hard in the off season, and never, you know, get talked about too much, which is not a bad thing. I don't mind it, to be honest. But yeah, it's cool. It's definitely cool. You never quite know when's going to be your last one. You know, obviously I don't have a ton of years left in me. So like I said earlier, they're hard to come by. You got to enjoy them. And just they're difficult, man. They're really, really hard. So super proud of the team, proud of myself for the work we've done, and just hanging in there with the best guys in the world. So definitely proud.
Awesome. Well, your phone's blowing up, so congrats.
Thank you.
Anthony Sensata, I'm going to come to you for the last question, but I just want to jump in. Jet, is that a Hot Pocket?
No, it's not a Hot Pocket. No, it's protein.
Protein pocket?
Yep, exactly that. Nothing less, nothing more, just that.
Good to see you're stepping it up. Anthony Sensata.
Hey guys, Anthony Sensata here with MotoOnline.com. My question is for Jet. One, I can't believe that's not a donut that you're eating there, as opposed to a Hot Pocket. But what changed from round one? Did you change anything major on the bike? Was it just a mental thing? What changed for you coming into today? Because you looked great.
Yeah, on last Saturday, the bike setting was still not there. It was the rear was really overpowering the front, and we made a few changes today, and we're still kind of changing the clickers until like the last practice, and ended up finding the right setting when they bring the red flag out, and just from there I just felt like I was just at the practice track, felt like I was flying really good, and yeah, and obviously to get the heat race win, it obviously just changed your mental a lot more than it would just getting a second or third. And but no, it's just I came in with the same mental as Saturday, just confident in my setting on the bike, and just no matter what, just do what I do, and I know I'll do good, or if not even better than I think. So no, it's just the same old me. Nothing really has changed. Just I really drilled with the track today, and yeah, just clicked off my laps.
Nice. That's it for me, Daniel. Thanks.
Thanks. One more. We're gonna get one more in. LeBig.
Yeah, this is Stefan Legrand with LeBigUSA.com. That's a question for Dylan. Dylan, as a rookie, did you expect to be on a podium that soon today?
No, absolutely not. Big surprise. I was saying on the podium, like what I'm doing, I just never expect to be on a podium that soon. It's crazy. Just gnarly.
And what happened between the round 1 and round 2? I mean, did you change something on your bike? Did you make some adjustments?
A little bit, nothing, no big change, only small change. Just adjusting the bike for me and for race condition. But no, nothing crazy. I just maybe a little pressure on for the first round, a little less pressure on the round 2, and the track fit me really well, and yeah, just felt really good all day and give my best, and it works.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, thank you so much, and we'll catch you on Saturday.